All right.
All right, we're going?
Yep.
Okay. All right, it's time for another Hub City Heat Hot Sauce Challenge. I'm here today with Ben Kollock of Jammin' July. He's come to do this to himself.
Yes,
and we're going to give you the lowdown on his big show, which is in, what, about
4 or 5 weeks?
4 or 5 weeks, yeah.
It's coming up fast.
And what's the date?
Saturday, July 21st.
He has the first date in the run of festivals in central Wisconsin this year, because it's Jammin' July, then 400 Block, then Danger Fest, then Project Mayhem.
Yeah.
And then we all go back to our lives,
Yeah.
assuming we survive.
Pretending nothing ever happened.
Right, yeah.
And then Rockfest and those, there were 4.
Well,
Yeah.
those less important ones.
Yeah, Rockfest, Rock USA, those are all before, so
Yeah.
you can do all of them this year.
Yeah, hopefully they're okay. Those small guys, hopefully those
Yeah,
guys.
you know,
They'll make it,
hopefully
they'll
Rock
make it.
USA can compete with what we've got going on here.
They're just starting off, so yeah.
All right, so explain how this is going to work for the audience.
All right, so we have 10 hot sauces ranged from mildest to most painful. I will explain a little bit about each one as we eat them. You are allowed to tap out at any time, but we will make fun of you. And so
Forever.
anyone who's watching.
I'm cool with that.
I believe Robbie from All Out Mutiny already started making fun of you.
Yep.
He said you can't do it. So
He did.
This is for you, Robbie.
I'll prove him wrong. I hope.
We'll see.
All right, so we've got you may notice that we are at a location we haven't seen in a video before. We are at Lefty's Trackside Bar and Grill in Marshfield. It's a fabulous little bar.
Very nice guy. Yeah.
He is.
It's about 5 minutes west of Marshfield on County H. Good food, good atmosphere.
Watch for deer.
Yeah, watch for deer because it is on the highway. It's very near the racetrack, hence its name, the Trackside Bar and Grill. And he's got a music festival in August. He's got Lefty Stock.
Lefty stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
I have to come up with that.
So I'll have to look up the date on that one.
What kind of bands do you play with Lefty stuff?
Mostly rock.
Yeah, he's usually got a pretty good variety. It's if you're familiar with the band Heinous Rock,
Yep.
Yes, they're from Green Bay.
yes,
Yep.
So
Yep, they were there usually.
they always put it together up here for him.
Cool.
So it's a good time.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, if you want to grab a tender, and I will grab a tender.
And as a reminder to the audience, after you've been doing this challenge, please do not grab your tenders until you have washed your hands.
Do not touch your eyes or genitals until you have washed thoroughly.
Yeah.
I recommend dish soap because it cuts the grease.
Also, mechanic lava soap is a good one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, anything that'll really get in there before you really get in there.
It's like Mr. Hanky, doesn't it?
It does look a little like
let's
Mr.
see.
Hanky.
Let's see.
Mr. Hanky? The Christmas
Oh, it
food?
is. It is.
All right. So our first sauce, as it frequently is Weak Knees Gochujang Sriracha. It's a little different than the cock sauce sriracha.
And how is it different?
It's made with gochujang, which is a Korean pepper paste. It's also got a little bit of a soy undertone to it. It's a tasty little sauce. Not a lot of heat to it. It starts
I
with
think
heat.
you've said tasty little sauce in every video.
Probably. I'll let you dab yourself.
Sure. So what's the minimum dab? Is that a...
Yeah, and watch how I do it and mimic.
Yes.
At this
If he
end,
does less, don't
Yeah,
add.
if I do a very small amount, probably do less than I have.
Sure. Cheers. Oh, just kidding.
Huh.
Too late.
It's really good.
So this is the third or fourth year of Jammin' July.
This is the 4th year.
Fourth year, okay.
Yeah, our first year was in 2015.
Okay.
So I was in the hospital in 2014, and the idea kind of came to me in the hospital, and then wanted to start it up. So July of 2015 was the first show.
Okay.
And we've done one each year, each July.
Right.
Yep.
So what kind of music do you do at your festival?
So typically, the heavier music. So usually, metal, of course. We have a band called Searchlights that's played every year, and they're an ambient band, so they're more like, I describe them as like beautiful whale sounds.
Oh.
like whale mating calls.
Right,
It's
right.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I've
But
heard
metal?
That's accurate.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, more rock, harder rock, metal, thrash, the heavier kind of music in the area.
Now, is this year heavier than usual?
It is, yeah. So what we like to do with Jam in July is that we listen to visitors' feedback. So if people message me or talk to me and say, I love this fest this year, but it could be a little bit more heavy, or if you could add a little bit more punk, or a little bit less punk, or whatever their input is. I try to stay super open to what people want to hear and what they want to see at the fest. People will bring, yard games, and so then I'll put feelers out there saying, hey, what yard games do you guys want? What things should we add? What are we missing that you would want at the fest that would make it more appealing for you to be there and have a good time?
So what is the best avenue for them to provide the feedback?
Yeah, so people, right now, they typically will message either the Jam in July page, which me and a few others we manage, or they'll message me directly, or they'll just leave a comment on the actual Jam in July event page.
Okay.
They'll just, people that I don't know that have still came to the fest, they'll leave a comment saying, like, hey, I drove from Rapids, it'd be great if you guys did this, or I don't like that you can't do this here,
Right.
Yeah.
Things like that, yeah.
Let's do another sauce, and then we'll have a couple more questions.
That wasn't hot at all. So
No.
that sets
We start
the
you
bar.
off real easy because
Yeah.
It's very deceptive, yeah.
Yeah.
I was worried the first one was going to be hot. I'm like, crap, I have like 9
Yeah.
more of those. But that was
El Yucateco Red.
Turn
It's
towards me.
a habanero sauce. Still not a whole lot of heat on this one. The first one has it's an Asian chili sauce. This is a Mexican chili.
Has Robbie Ray done this challenge yet?
Robbie has not done it.
So Robbie's effectively just talking shit.
Yeah,
He can't, though. If he
he
hasn't done
keeps
this-
saying he's going to, and then he,
Just conveniently can't make it.
Yeah.
Well, what's he doing for the big one that we're doing?
I think their tour starts before that.
Chicken
That's a
cheers?
valid excuse.
Cheers.
Chicken cheers.
All right. A little more heat, but still good. So I should clarify that I tend to call Jam in July Dangerfest prettier younger sister.
And it's not an insult.
It is not.
I've had quite a bit of feedback from people.
Right, people think I'm trying to slight Jam in July. No, it's prettier because it's outside, so the entire show doesn't smell like sweaty balls.
Well, yeah.
There's definitely sweaty ball pockets.
Yeah.
Right. Mostly in pants.
But
Mostly.
Piffner is a very large park, so you can get away from the sweaty balls.
Whereas Dangerfest,
it's
just balls.
Still there the next day.
Yep.
you can always come up by me by the entrance area to get away from the ball smell because I don't have balls. So
So I think the first time that you posted, like, yeah, Jam in July is our pretty little sister, I got probably 6 or 7 people. They're like, dude, look at this guy. Like, what are you saying about you? And in my head at first, I was like, I don't think he's mean-hearted or mean-spirited. I don't think that's a negative.
Yeah, so now when I do it, I try to also include more successful because you guys consistently have a much larger crowd than we do. Like, we've just been doing it longer. It doesn't mean anything else.
and Steve doesn't really promote events that he's not supportive of.
Right.
So
So
When was the first Dangerfest? Let me interview you, Steve. When was it?
I think this is our 8th year that we're doing it.
if you're wrong, Danny will murder you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 8th year.
Okay.
Because we do 2 of them a year, and this is technically number. I think this is number 12.
So 6
But there was a
But-
couple year we only did one because the winter one couldn't happen a couple of times.
Gotcha. So 2010 was your first year.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Very cool.
So I had a question for you. So I believe you said there were a couple new things you were doing as well at your event this year.
Yeah, so we're increasing the amount of vendors that we have. So we're going to have more artists there selling artwork. We're going to have a few friends of mine have their own clothing lines. So they're going to be selling their clothing there.
Is that Lucid Life?
It is not Lucid.
Is not.
No, it is.
Shout out to Lucid Life anyway.
Yeah, it came from nothing. My good friend David Vargas I've known since like 7th grade. Really, really great guy. Started his own clothing line, doing very well. And so he reached out to me, and I think it's a good thing to have him there. And
That's actually how Dangerfest got started. Is I was just trying to promote my clothing line that I ran out of my parents' garage.
gotcha. You're not Lucid. You're not.
No,
You're not Mr. Lucid.
No. Who had a
Who is
Lucid
Mr.
Life?
Lucid?
I know the guys from Second and Archer. Are very
Elusive
involved
Lucid.
With Lucid Light.
Is Mr. Lucid like the artist Banksy? Is like
Yeah, he
does
could.
no one know who he is?
No one knows who he is.
Any information is welcome. We'd love to have him for a hot sauce challenge.
Mr. Lucid, yes.
The Lucid Challenge.
Yeah, so you asked about the things that we're doing differently this year. So the big thing for me is that I wanted to slowly grow Jam in July up to a point where we can pursue a headliner and get someone in there that when people in the area heard the name, they'd be like, wow, you guys got them? That's awesome.
Right.
And we finally kind of achieved that this year with Within the Ruins. They're a bigger name in the metal scene, extremely talented. And there's a lot of people in central Wisconsin that are big fans of theirs. So I think this is the first year that we're really kind of going into it. We're kind of going all in a little bit, financially and figuratively. And also sound. So this year we are actually upping our sound, the quality and the quantity. So a very good friend of mine, Logan Hammond, I'm not sure you guys know who Logan is. So he does incredibly good work sound-wise. We've hired him on to actually do sound for us this year. So if we compare to previous years, this year will be louder and the quality of sound will be improved as well. So it's going to be, the park's going to be a loud time, which I'm looking forward to. I think everyone will have a good time this year.
Awesome. Let's do another sauce, guys.
Yeah,
All right.
You can take a break for your drink if you need it.
I'm good.
If you need it already.
I'm good right now.
So I've been eating a lot of this one lately. It's called Slap Ya Mama.
Is it mostly for the name you've been eating it?
I got it for. Actually, someone recommended this one to me. They bought it in New Orleans. I'm like, I bet I can just buy it online.
Yeah.
And I did. The name apparently comes from "It's so good you'll slap your mama."
Mama will not slap.
It is a Cajun hot sauce. If you can handle buffalo sauce, you can handle this. It's real tasty.
Thanks, buddy. And thanks again for inviting me, by the way.
Oh yeah, we've been trying to set this up for months.
Yeah. Chicken cheers.
Cheers.
So how far do you usually stick around? Like, do you like?
Oh, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
He does spoonfuls of it at home for fun.
Yeah.
And then he mocks me when I accuse him of having ulcers.
Yeah. Katie
Convinced.
thinks I have an ulcer.
I would bet money.
I don't think that I do.
Okay.
Although I did do a spoonful the other morning, and I immediately had to take like 4 tums because it just.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sounds
But
like
I
an
think
ulcer.
I think it's because I did that on an empty stomach.
Yeah, because your ulcer was aggravated.
So empty stomach, one spoonful.
Yeah, for a long time, my breakfast routine was I would do a spoonful of hot sauce, eat a hard-boiled egg, I'm good to go for the day.
That was a it was like what was it? You actually made a resolution to do that, didn't you? For New Year's?
No, it was for the month of April. I was going to do something
Oh.
ridiculously spicy every day, and that ended with the Death Wish nachos
God, you're insane.
because I kind of burned myself out on those.
Yeah.
There were nachos where every element of them was the hottest stuff I could find. Ooh.
Oh, it was real fun to film though.
I don't think we ever posted that video.
We probably didn't.
That sounds painful.
It's been a things get lost in my phone, so sorry guys. We'll get on it.
We'll make sure this one gets to the YouTube channel.
We will.
So, interview question for you.
Yes.
So, first year of Danger Fest. Why did you do it? Why did you start it? What was your inspiration to do it?
When I was in high school, Marshfield had a decent sized, music scene, and I went to a lot of punk shows in high school. That's where I got my music start. And then the guys who put it together moved and just kind of fell apart. And no one picked up the ball. So one year it's just like, well, I'm gonna have to see if I can do this. The problem was I didn't know any bands at that point. But I knew Brian from Riptide, Brian Fleming. And so the first show was basically all bands that Brian knew that he could come get to play the show.
Yeah, he's good for that.
He is.
Brian knows everyone.
Yep.
So, and I think Michael has passed Brian's record for most times played at a Danger Fest.
Oh, I think you might be right.
Because there was one year Brian played in 3 bands at one, and Michael did 4.
Okay.
So,
Shit, Brian.
Michael Strike currently holds the record for most performances at one Danger Fest show.
Very cool. Well-deserved record. So first year was a success. Overall?
The first 2 years were sparsely attended, and
Was it called Danger Fest?
the funny thing is, I used to put on a different show that was a benefit for the library where I worked. Basically, I wanted to put on a show, but I wanted them to pay for it.
Yep.
And people just called it Danger Fest anyway. So when it came time to do my shows, I'm like, oh, I guess we're calling it Danger Fest.
Yep.
And then I started adding numbers, and now we've gotten to the point where the
do
numbers
names.
don't make any sense. So I had themes, I had names.
And our next one is Pink and
Next
Black
one is-
Attack,
Yes, Pink and Black Attack on August 4th.
repped by Steve's hat.
Yes. It's that theme just because I like pink and black together.
He even has sheets that are pink and
I
black.
do.
That's cute.
He's adorable.
I am. It's true.
Let's do another sauce.
All right. This one, no one has done in a challenge yet. 'Cause I haven't had it very long.
Oh, brand new.
It's the same company that does Dirty Dicks.
So you're saying I'm your first dirty dick? Is that?
Well, you are my first Dirty Dick Peachy Green.
That sounds like you need some antibiotics
It's,
for that.
yeah. It's a peach and green chili sauce. And this one comes out a little bit faster, so be warned.
It's a tad spicier.
Yep, we're still ramping up here.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
I've taken it pretty easy on you so far.
Yeah. I'm not burning up too bad.
I feel like you were much more rough with me and Ian and Danny.
Well, yeah, I needed to be.
Cheers.
You're firing us all the time, too.
Some good dick.
Dirty Dicks makes a fine jerk sauce.
Of course they
And
do.
I'm not just making dirty jokes, it's true.
That's just a bonus.
Tasting wise, it's a very
Yeah,
good sauce.
it's a very, it's a peach base, but it's got Jamaican spices in it. It's pretty
Does the
tasty.
peach come through?
It does.
Would you say it's more of like tropical or?
Yeah, it's, they sweeten it with brown sugar and raisins.
Weird.
It's
Super good. Like, I want to buy that.
Dirty Dicks.
Dirty dicks. So where did you get this from?
I get most of my hot sauces on Amazon. I will just look up hot sauces and start reading through reviews. And usually I found the dumber the name of them is, the more disgusting the sauce is.
Yeah.
So
Or
I try
mild.
to avoid a lot of those. But
You should contact Dirty Dicks for like a sponsorship. You know,
Right.
Will you sponsor this? Like,
We're gonna keep getting the videos actually up that we've done.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where we're at. We can get T-shirts.
yeah. Shout out to Sean Evans and Hot Ones because we are still blatantly ripping off their concept.
Thanks. We have a third person asking questions. It's not quite the same. We are the Vanilla Ice of Marshfield. We added one extra thing. So I did want to address something and ask something. So at Dangerfest, we do not allow carry-ins of certain things. Do you allow carry-ins for any items?
so, when you say any items, you're referring more like food and alcohol?
Food, alcohol, sunscreen, bug spray, things of those natures. Like
Yeah.
just anything that would be relevant.
Yep, so good question. So we don't allow the carrying of alcohol. We sell alcohol at the event. So we partner with local breweries, Oso's Brewery in Plover, and also Central Waters Brewery out in Amherst. So we're going to have both of their different varieties of their beers on tap this year. And so yeah, we don't allow alcohol to be carried in. Food-wise, we're going to be actually upping the amount of vendors that we have this year for food. So the variety of food will increase, and the number of different vendors that we're going to have is going to increase. In prior years, we would partner with Polino's Pizza.
Yep.
And then we would buy pizza from them and then sell it actually at the event. So we would cut it up, we would then put it on plates and sell it. We're going to try to switch things up a bit this year because we had quite a bit of feedback from visitors that the food selection wasn't as big as they would want. That if there's a way that Jam and July can improve in one area, it was the food variety. People didn't like that there wasn't any kind of like healthy options for food. Like it was just pizza. So nothing really. I mean,
Yeah.
pizza's not the worst for you, but not healthy. Per se.
Right, if you want something lighter, you don't
Well,
really have an
especially
option.
being in Stevens Point, you get a lot more of the vegetarian crowd than you do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so we're going to be increasing the food vendors this year. When it comes to carrying in things like suntan lotion and bug spray, we encourage that. And so new this year, we've had feedback from people that they would appreciate like a bug spray / suntan lotion station. So that'll be new this year. We're going to be adding actually a table and probably a canopy set up specifically for people and visitors to use sunscreen and bug spray that we provide. Because we want people to have a good time. We don't want them leaving sunburnt, full of bug bites.
And if you've never been to Piffner Park, it is right on the Wisconsin River, and the mosquitoes might just carry you away.
Which people from Marshfield may not realize because we don't really have things by bodies of water ever. So, and then...
What's nice, so you guys probably know about mosquitoes, right? What's nice about mosquitoes, though, is that they tend to lay eggs and have babies in smaller, kind of not active pools of water. So the Wisconsin River is constantly moving. Mosquitoes don't really like laying eggs in the Wisconsin River. If there's like little offset ponds or streams where there might be like little pools of water that sits, that's what they prefer. So if you like leave a tire at your house that gets full of water, they prefer that versus moving water. So mosquitoes aren't actually the worst at Piffner, thankfully, but there's a lot of like other waterborne bugs that do get pretty prevalent. They don't really bite, but they're in your face a lot.
Yeah.
But even if there are mosquitoes, we're going to actually have mosquito spray and bug spray there for our visitors so that they can have a good time and not worry about bugs bothering them.
And at Dangerfest, we don't allow alcohol carry-ins.
Right, because
makes sense.
it invalidates our liquor license
Right.
if there are carry-ins.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes,
If
it's a
people
legality.
are consuming alcohol that is not purchased on this at the event, and if we are selling alcohol that is not purchased through a vendor, we can have our license revoked.
Yep. Yeah, the vendor thing is the same with us. When it comes to people bringing in their own, though, I think because ours is outside,
Yep.
it doesn't quite have that same rule about that.
There's different state laws with it, and then countywide, too, there's different laws, and Wood County's pretty strict about theirs.
Yeah. I think if someone brings in, if they break our rule, they bring in their own alcohol, the rule, I think, is in point that is then on them. That doesn't involve us really. They're bringing it into our festival, but we didn't do that. We didn't tell them to. We told them actually not to.
Right, and we have something like that where if anyone is intending to drink, they're ID'd and wristbanded.
Yep. By me.
And
Nice work.
if there is an underage problem where they've gotten a wristband, as long as we have done our due diligence, it is not our responsibility.
Same thing with us. Yeah. The way it was explained to me is that once we serve that person that beer, the second that they walk away with it, it is then their responsibility.
Right.
You've done your due diligence, like you said.
Yep.
And I'm pretty good with fakes, so don't bring any fakes to Dangerfest. I will lose it on you, and I will publicly shame you. So.
All right. Now, backtracking to what I said about sauces with stupid names.
God damn it.
This one has a stupid name, but it's delicious.
He loves this
It
name.
is, of course, Professor Fart Pounder's colon cleanser.
Professor
In the that's
With a
Fart
classy
Pounder
spelling.
with a PH.
It's British.
It's medication. Like
Yes.
an old medication bottle.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, it's
that.
in the nice flask bottle.
Does it clear your sinuses?
It's a mustard-based sauce. So if you've had a habanero mustard, this is just a really good one.
What was the threshold to beat someone Khalid or something?
You have beat DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Because he is a wuss.
Yeah. I don't
Fun
even know-
fact.
I don't even know what he does. I've seen him around, but
I don't-
He yells his name over tracks and claims to produce them. And the one thing he does not do is oral sex on women. And I believe that's where he loses his power. Because everybody that I know that's done this challenge and been fine has done that.
All right.
Hi, Grandma. Cheers.
Cheers.
I classed it up the way I said it.
My grandparents, they love Facebook, and they like look at everything I do. So I'm always in the back of my head like, what would Grandma think?
Well, Grandma's a human.
Yeah.
Grandma's probably had some fun. I know what my grandma would think. She'd think it's hilarious. But I was raised by truckers. So, sorry, Ben's grandma. Yeah, it's not a good thing. So do we think this is spicier, or does the base help?
I'm actually doing fairly well.
Yeah, I've realized as we're going up, I went pretty easy on this lineup.
Well,
Yeah, I was
fuck
saying,
you.
My confidence level is like pretty good right now.
So I do have to say that the first 5 I went pretty easy. The last 5, they fuck around a little less. When we get to here, it stops fucking around at all. But those are the last 3 that we do with everyone.
I'm actually like kind of hungry. Can I just like eat some chicken?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, we've only made one person throw up during these, and that he claimed that was because he drank too much milk.
Wait, who threw up?
That was Zach from Toy Guns.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget that? That was amazing.
Yeah. Too much milk, and we had chicken tenders, but they were cold and they were very dry.
Well, I believe most of us were hungover that day as well. That probably didn't help.
Yeah, it probably doesn't.
Have you ever had interview question?
Yes.
Have you ever had to kick out a band at Danger Fest? Any band that was acting a fool, any band that was disrespectful?
A whole band or just a person?
Either kicking them out during the fest or after they got done
We had
playing?
one that we very nearly had to kick out during the fest when we did our 2-day festival.
Tell me the details.
Well, they showed up on the first day, even though they didn't play until the second, which is fine. You know, come support. And they were just disrespectful and rude to everyone, and they just kept saying it was because they were punk rock. Like, hey, we're all punk rock here. You guys are just
Punk
being
rock.
dicks.
Yep. Robert Bank, punk rock. Sorry.
Yeah. I think the best part was when they tried to start a fight with the Bruiser Boys, who are
Called that for a reason?
well, yes, they are
Like the Mighty Ducks Bash Brothers.
they're a legit skinhead oi punk band from Milwaukee. And so you're basically just kind of looked at these little guys like, I could eat you.
Yeah.
So it's
You don't gotta say who they are. But where
no,
they
I'm not going to
I wouldn't
give
ask
their
you
name.
that. Where are they from?
They were from Iowa.
Iowa.
So they drove here from Iowa.
All that
And,
corn really gives you some energy, I guess.
we've had a lot of bands from Iowa, though. That's the only one we've had a problem with. We do have a list of bands that we will not ask back for various reasons.
How long is that list?
Not that long. There's only like 4 or 5.
Okay.
There's a pretty good agreement set in place before the bands actually play that really lays out our expectations, and we're clear with them.
Well, it's usually pretty simple. Like, just don't be disrespectful.
Essentially,
Yeah,
show up on time,
Danny
get your
calls
shit
it the
together.
Don't be an asshole contract.
Oh, it's so good. Danny does a video, and it's amazing.
Yep. I've seen that video actually.
It's great.
Yeah, I've seen that on Facebook.
It's and you know, you agree to it or you don't play. That's our rule.
We've got 2 or 3 bands that we've never had to kick a band out. Shout out to Beyond Atlas though for the first year that they played. So I always email out bands before the fest and say, hey, you know, this is a park, this is a city. The city's okay with us doing this. We want to keep them happy. Vulgarity, please keep that to a minimum.
Oh no.
We stress that in email, stress that in messages.
And then Jared took the stage.
Actually, Colton.
It was Colton.
Shout out to Colton.
Well, sorry, Jared.
Very, yeah.
Assumptions.
Colton, very, very good guy. I love you, Colton. But your mouth. So yeah, the first year he just happened to, he got a lot of energy in him. He was up on stage.
Oh.
The rock star kicks in. He is a rock star, but it kicked in, and some naughty bits came out of him. And I had to be like, hey, like, knock it off. And then like the second time, I was like, really, no, seriously, knock it off.
And then by the second year, you're like, wait a minute, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And then Ben is also the drummer for Wrath of the Girth.
Yeah.
And so they played the second year. I'm like, well, I can't be worrying about language then because
Yeah.
I've heard every Girth song.
If you read the lyrics books, you'll think
Right. If you can understand what Beast is saying.
You know, we've had Beyond Atlas back. We love having
Oh
them
yeah,
back.
we love Beyond Atlas.
Yep. And so actually, one thing I wanted to announce, if it's okay with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of wanted to wait to do it here. So the band Sweet Talk, they haven't been able to find a bass player.
Right, because Travis left.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and so Sweet Talk is actually not able to play this year, so we are swapping them out for Beyond Atlas.
All right.
So Beyond Atlas is back. They weren't going to be coming back, but they actually are back for this year's lineup.
And actually, the night before Jam in July, I have Constance, Beyond Atlas, and Aurora View playing in a park in Marshfield here.
Nice.
So it's going to be a back-to-back park weekend for them.
1-2 punch.
Yep.
Cool.
So we'll get them all warmed up and send them your way.
Yep, excellent. Yeah, we're going to be updating our flyers and advertisements to include Beyond Atlas, so we're excited to have them back.
Have you ever noticed that once like you have a poster design,
Yeah.
that something changes and it's wrong?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
jinx.
I've had that.
Yeah. Whenever you get it done, like, well, that's wrong. Do we change it? No. We'll just.
Yeah.
We're a little smaller scale. We can afford to be like, Most of our presence is digital anyway.
Yeah, well, there was that one time I forgot to put a date on a poster.
Yeah,
That'll happen.
yep.
That happens.
We all got distracted by Ian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ian was on that poster, and
His body.
Like you said, Ben.
His body's ridiculous.
Ian is a handsome
We
man.
can all agree.
I want a little bit of credit for choosing the pose.
Yes,
Did you
Katie
choose that
posed him for that
I
poster.
did. He needs help sometimes. All right.
All right.
So this next one,
This next one is a sauce that Katie actually got me.
best roommate ever.
It came in a hot sauce of the month package.
Cool.
It is called Purple Hippo Hot Sauce.
Purple hippo hot
Purple
sauce.
Hippo. It's from the Angry Goat Pepper Company. And the base on this one is strawberries and prickly pear cactus.
Interesting.
So it's got a very fruity flavor to it, but it's also made with scorpion peppers, so it kicks you in the teeth.
Real
Scorpion
spicy.
peppers.
Yes.
So from this point forward.
We are not fucking around.
fully
This
in the
is-
shit now.
This is like the roller coaster of hot sauces, and we just
We
get
got
to
to the top.
The click, click, click part. Where you get to the top.
Yep. And now you're at the drop.
Now we're taking the dive down.
Okay. All right.
So we are also, speaking of dive down, my battery I think is taking a little bit of a nosedive. So we're gonna roll through questions while eating. It's,
Oh, sure.
it's just much more fun when it's spicier too.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part.
Chicken trees.
Yeah. Yep, the sweet hits you first,
And then it builds.
Wait, and then what?
and then it hits you.
And then what hits you?
He looks so worried. And then what?
Yeah, there we go.
A little spicy.
Yep.
So Steve has a little bit of a tell. When he has something really spicy, he gets the hiccups.
I haven't gotten the hiccups yet.
Not yet. Do you have a tell, Ben?
I become more animated, and I start to make a lot of noise, and just a lot of.
Oh, like Chili Claus and his finger snapping.
Perfect.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Perfect
I will
comparison.
call it the Barney hot sauce.
Yep.
That's fair.
Purple dinosaur.
Yep. Purple Hippo.
Yeah.
Close enough, yeah. So, I did want to ask you guys, both of you, what is the favorite experience you've had at your respective events? If you had to pick one.
Yeah.
The best story I have from a Danger Fest show, and it's what got me to stop thinking about them just as shows and more as the community that we're building. It was the second Danger Fest. Our attendance was just horrible. We were up against a bunch of other events that day, and lasting impression. Brian's old band was supposed to close the show. Their singer was violently ill. He could not make it. And so they were supposed to play last. So they had taught the words to one of their friends, and he got through like half of their set, and then they just started pulling random people out of the crowd that knew the words to songs.
The best.
And they're like, they started shouting out, the names of Misfit songs. Anyone know the words to this one? And
Nice.
I was walking around. If you've seen me on show day, I don't untense for like a week. So I'm walking around just upset that nobody's there. And one of the girls that was working for me just grabbed me and pointed me at the stage. She's like, "Those people are having so much fun, and you did that."